Hello and welcome to video number 2 for today, 2 of 3, and hopefully I won't stammer and stutter as much. I just literally got back from a run earlier when I recorded that video. Now, I want to talk about goals. It's important to have goals. It's important to be inspired and to have aspirations of taking your life further. I once read something and it went along the lines of what's life without progression, and I think that's very true. Like, I come from a working class background, and there was never a lot of money growing up. Like, it wasn't until maybe the last 2 years that I've had money. Like, I was a student, so I've been a student at 4 universities all across Europe, and it's a weird sensation for me to have money, but it's not the be all and end all. I want to progress and have more assets because ultimately I want to get a house. So yeah, let's talk about goals. Because I am a dealer and this is a business, I have done something that I would not recommend to any stacker or collector. So I went out and I borrowed a lot of money to fund my business. I did that after I knew I could make money. And by doing this, it pushes myself. It means that I'm not resting on my laurels and I have to go out and I have to really fight for what I earn. And it's a challenge. Like, I don't worry about what I owe. What I owe is all on 0% interest, so it's not a problem. But I've also got goals concerning my private collection. I've got goals concerning my stock. It's more my stack that I've monetized, and I've got goals paying off debt. So goal number 1, what is that? So I've currently got about 47,500 in stock. Like I said in previous videos, I have multiple locations for it and I do have insurance for it. So it's in about 4 locations, which I will soon be up into 5, because I will probably be making use of a garage local that I don't use at the moment. It's not mine, it is a very close friend of mine, but he said I could have it, which is not a problem. So if I get robbed, I know who's done it pretty much. I've known him 15 years, he would never do that. So yeah, I want to increase my stack by £7,500. So I want to get from a book value of 47,500 up until 55,000. So that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you take in consideration it's a three-pronged attack, a three-pronged attack on what I want to do, 7.5 is a lot of money. I've got to live as well and I've got to pay off debt. So what's goal number 2? Well, goal number 2 is I have debt of about £12,500 on the credit cards at 0%. I want to clear £7,500 from that. It's good because it snowballs. Because I spread it over multiple credit cards, I will just pay them off one by one and cut the credit card up, which I will probably do on here. I'll probably have a credit card cutting party on some of my channels. I don't have a time frame for this. It doesn't matter if it's at the start of the year or at the end of the year, as long as it gets done. So £7,500 will be 3 credit cards gone, and it's 3 things I don't have to worry about next year. Next year is when the rates will start going up from 0% up until I think they're like 27% a year or something along those lines. It's not a problem because of the amount of stock I own. I can just sell it off. I'll just ping it off if I need to. Even though my stack is worth, well, I said my stack is worth 47,500. That's the book value. So as a dealer, I try and work on a margin of 10%, and I'm trying to up that to around 13 to 15%. Now that doesn't come out on the buyer, that comes out on me. So it is my skill as a negotiator that enables me to make money. I do sell a lot of bullion. That's very low margin, but the margins where I go out to other dealers and I kind of bully them to get the price I need, that can come via currencies or buying in bulk or trading. It takes skill to do it, but the more you do it, the easier it gets, and that's something that I will elaborate on a later video. So yes, goal number 1, to recap, is to increase from 47,500. Goal number 2 is to decrease from 12.5 to 5,000 in the credit card debt. And goal number 3, I'm not going to say. I'm actually going to keep this one close to my chest. I have a plan. It involves one of these. I'm not going to say if it's going to get filled or not because I don't know, but I will try my best. So I've made a commitment of £15,000, so I've got to go out and earn that from my job and also as a dealer. So let's see how much on top I can add. I'm very regimented in how I live, and if I want to achieve this final goal after I've paid my taxes for the year for not only my job but also my sales on bullion and coins, I need to earn around £32,000 to £35,000 to achieve goal number 3. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm not saying it will go that way. I'm not saying I will hit that. Like my target for sales is £15,000 minimum, 17.5 medium, and 20,000 maximum. So the more that I make from the coin business, being a dealer, the more I can take time off from work. So I am on a flexi contract, and ultimately I want to wind that down. Like long term, like I will probably go back to university and do a PhD, but I've got maybe 20 months, 21 months until I can do that. So this is kind of a project that I feel is achievable for the year. It's a project that I will try my best to achieve. I can't say it's going to happen. I don't know, like something could happen where I get put out of business, or I may absolutely smash it. I may absolutely come in and say I'll do £25,000 to £30,000 for the year. Like numbers for January are very strong. And I think also I don't want to push it too hard because I still want to enjoy this. I still want to buy up stuff. So for example, I just did a pre-order for these. £28 is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And if I can go over and above, I'll buy some for me, or maybe I'll swap some of my stock around and get some in, you know. So they're my goals. It's a three-pronged attack. I will probably consistently update. It's not about the money side of things. It's not me trying to show off, but I want to set a target for me, and I want to be held accountable for it, not only by myself but for other people saying, "Oh, Sean, how you doing?" You know. In return, I over the course of the year, I do have a target for YouTube. I want to put out 300 videos this year, but I want to put out 300 videos of quality. It's not about quantity. There's no point there's various channels out there that will put out drivel, and there's some really high class channels. I'm not the type of guy who will put out an edited video. I won't be all flashy. I will put out information, and I will give talks, and I'll give my opinions about things, and I'll give advice on how to do things. Bear in mind I do have a master's degree in international business, like I said. So I hope that you've liked this. I hope that you can look at this and see it as aspirational. I don't want people to say, "Oh, you're really flash." It's not like that. I'm just trying to get by like everyone else. So I look forward to posting video 3.